Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Praise the Lord, everyone.
Yes.
Before I start anything, I want to take this opportunity to thank Reverend Flowers, my friend and fellow educator, for this opportunity again this year. To the True Vine family, my family and friends, and those that are watching, I am Kendria Jones. We're going to go with Kendra because we're off work today. I am a ninth grade ELA teacher at Pineville Junior High School, and we are getting ready to go back to school. But before we can get any year started, we always need a refresher as teachers and as students to prepare for the upcoming year. So as I was getting ready for this morning, I was scrolling on Instagram. I'm a big scroller. I love to find things to share. And the first thing that I saw was school readiness. And it said, if a child can hold a pencil, write their name, count to 100, recognize colors and shapes, but doesn't know how to make friends, manage emotions, resolve conflicts, be independent, and have self-help skills, none of the other stuff matters. For me, that's both volumes. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I am a big advocate for social emotional learning, which is equipping students and teachers with the tools that they will need for resolutions and problems, not only in the classroom, but outside in the world. So it was very much necessary again this year. January 12th of this year, we lost another student, and that one hit us pretty hard. He was affiliated with all of our students throughout the district. His mom and I grew up together, graduated together, but it affected the kids so to the point where we needed to make sure we honed in on what went on. So for us, we, as I said last year, we took a moment to shut class down. That is a big piece for us with social emotional learning, taking the time to acknowledge and see your kids. Because if there's something wrong, you're missing it, then a problem that could have been avoided could spiral out of control. So for us, we took that moment and we talked about it. And what was the biggest thing for me was that the kids weren't concerned about my well-being than they were their own. And I appreciated that. So because of these things that transpired with our students, I had a few that decided they needed an SEL program. And they created this year SOS, which is serving our students. This is a safe space for our kids in the building where they can go and discuss things that are bothering them. They can openly express themselves with no judgment. So it was a big piece and a big help for us this year. I'm not going to be before you long because I am long when it comes to social emotional learning, but I'm not going to be before you all long. Teachers, we have a lot on our plates when school starts back, not only with my school, but as an educator, period. We have to look at what our kids have endured over the summer. Were they fed? Were their families involved with anything? What did they do? So when they come into the classroom, one of the biggest things I tell anybody is you have to see your kids. Not just, hey, Johnny, come in and have a seat. No, something's off with Johnny. Let me pull him to the side. And another thing that we also need to remember is we're going to have that trouble student. But the thing with that is, don't call out the fact that this is a trouble student in front of everyone. Have a conversation with them outside the classroom. Hey, step outside. Even if it's in the middle of a lesson, stop your lesson. Give the kids something to do that entails a lesson. Step outside and have a conversation with them. Our trouble kids are a lot of the times swept under the rug because we don't look at them. You know, they've been labeled, and I'm not a fan of labels at all. But they've been labeled. So the majority of those students miss out on the grade that is to be. Implement those kids into the things that you do. Don't ever let them feel like they're not seen, they're not important. So I have 5 points for my teachers, 5 points for my students. And then I sit down. Teachers, remember your why. You are not in the classroom just to be in the classroom. You're not a warm body. You are not just there to be paid. You're not a glorified babysitter. You are there to teach. You are there to educate. And that extends beyond whatever lessons that you have for them. Teach them about what's going on in the world. They need to be aware of these things because the majority of the things that are happening affects them now. Number 2, Find your thing with your children. That's your first opening to building that relationship with them. We still journal in my classroom to this day. This is my way to check in without checking in, and I respond to every one of them. This year is a non-negotiable. You have to journal. I need to know what's going on with you. So find your niche, find something that you all can use together as a teacher and the students to build that bridge for communication. Number 3, this is my favorite. Say it, do it, mean it. If they say, Ms. Jones, we got a game at 6 o'clock this afternoon, are you available? If you tell them you're available and you come to their game, even if it's 6:01, they want to see you there. If there's an assignment that they're struggling with and they come to you to talk about it, take the time to sit down and discuss it with them. If there's a teacher that's giving them the blues, have a conversation with them so that they can go back and figure out a way to build a relationship with that teacher as well as having a conversation with the teachers. But if you tell them you're going to do it, say you're going to do it, mean it, stick to it. That builds a long-lasting relationship. Number 4, take time out to check in with your students. As I stated earlier, we never know what they're dealing with. We're probably the most positive piece that they have in a classroom setting. So when they come in and you know that there's something going on, or you see that they don't look like they normally do when they come in the classroom, pull them to the side, have a conversation. I leave my days every morning with good morning. And if they don't say good morning, I scream it, good morning! And they look at me and they're like, Ms. Jones, calm down. No, you didn't speak, so I'm speaking that. So I always tell them good morning. At the end of the day, I tell them have a good day. When they leave my class, have a good day. I love you. They may be the only time they hear it. Yeah. So take the time to check in with your students. Number 5, for teachers. Even when it looks like it's getting rough, quote your favorite verse. It doesn't have to be from the Bible. It doesn't have to be, it can just be a positive affirmation used for yourself. It can be the words from a song. It can be something that a parent or a family member told you. But in those rough moments, take a moment, reset, bring that verse to you. And while I was writing that, 1 Corinthians 14:3 came to me. It says, "But one who prophesies strengthens others, encourages them, and comforts them." There is no way that you can be an effective educator without being able to strengthen, encourage, and comfort those that you encounter every day. Students, my favorite part, come with a positive mindset. Because you heard that Ms. Jones is me, and Ms. Jones is this, and Ms. Jones is that, don't judge Ms. Jones until you get to meet Ms. Jones. Most of the time that is true about me. I am me. But it's mean in a good way. I do that to let them know that I'm going to be a part of you no matter what. So, come with a positive mindset, kids. Find your teacher. It doesn't have to be a teacher that you have every day. It could be your custodian. It could be the people in the cafeteria. It could be a counselor. It could be your administrators. It could be your librarian. It could be your media team. But find someone within your building that you're comfortable with and you trust, and start building that relationship, students. You never know what you'll need and when they're going to be available. Number 3, students. Number 3 for teachers and students was very important. Every day will not be good, but every day is a good day to try. Come in every day and try. Even if you don't get it, can't is not a part of our vocabulary. Can't do it. Number 4, if they are doing too much, as the kids love to say, because that means they care. So the teacher that comes to your classroom and checks on you, they're not doing too much. They're checking on you to make sure you're okay. They're checking on you to see if the same person that they see in their classroom is the same person they see in other classrooms. So don't ever feel like they're doing too much, because the teacher that actually cares is going to pop in, they're going to show up, they're going to be there. Number 5, if you need a moment, students, ask your teachers that you need to step away. Ask them for a moment, step out. You have those days when you don't want to be bothered. But when those days come in, if your vibe is off and the teacher comes and says something to you, your day is over. So instead of letting your day be over, hey, Mr. Flowers, I have a moment, can I step out? And most of the time the teachers will tell you, yeah. You may get 1 or 2 that say no, but make it clear to them, I need a moment. Most teachers will understand. But if it's just that moment where it's just too much and you have to step up and step out, just make sure you walk out and not in a disrespectful way. Do not disrupt your class. But if you need that moment, ask for it. Most teachers have a teacher partner that you can go to. Can I go to my buddy room and sit still? So those are the 5 things that you need as students to get ready for this year. Teachers, we've given you those things. But before I leave, one thing that I also found, and I close this out, I'm big on positive affirmations these days. One, before now I wasn't. But Romans 12 says, if your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And I'm learning that. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. To me, that's his teacher all day long. This is what we do. We encourage, we give, even when we don't have it to give, we deplete ourselves giving. We are the first leaders that our kids see in a professional setting. So we can't be a leader and expect our kids to be leaders if we're not leading with fidelity. We always have to be responsible with that. And if you're showing kindness, show it at all times. Even when you feel like you're a leader and you can't, show it. So for our educators and our students going back to school on Wednesday, I'll see you all Wednesday. And for those of you that don't go back until next month, enjoy the rest of your summer. Be safe and God bless.